All praises to Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. All praises to Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. This is Brother Boaz coming at you with another live lesson. Okay, as you see in the title, then comes the end. When Yahweh Shai shall deliver the kingdom to the Father, okay? And that's a season on us right now, okay? Then comes the end. Okay. And in a game here is you have to get the doctrine. You have to get the doctrine while the doors of mercy are still open. Okay, so let's get into it. The book of First Corinthians 15, verse 24. Then cometh the end, when he shall have delivered up the kingdom of power, even down all rule and authority and power, for he must reign till he have put all enemies underneath his feet. The last enemy that he shall be destroyed is death. Okay, so that's what this is. The last enemy is which is death. Let's get it. So what's that talking about? Let's get it. The last enemy is which is death. What's that talking about? Let's find out. Let's see what the scriptures got to say about it. The book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 5. Yea, also, because by transgression, by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, with enlarges his desires as hell, and he is as deaf and cannot be satisfied, but gathers unto him all nations and heaps unto himself all people. Okay, so who's that? Who's that man is doing all those things? Okay, who's that? Is it not the so-called white man? Who's that man that heaps all nations unto himself? Is it not the so-called white man that does these things? Okay, that's what this is about. The book of, give me a second. The book of Isaiah. The book of Isaiah, chapter 2, verse 2. And then comes the end. And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of Yahweh, it shall come to last days that the mountain of Yahweh shall be established in the top of the mountains, and he shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it. Many people shall say, come, ye, let us go up to the mountain of the house of the power of Jacob, and he will teach us his ways, and we will walk in his path. For out of Zion shall go forth a law, and the word of Yahweh from Jerusalem. Okay, let's go back to the first book of Corinthians. The book of First Corinthians, chapter 10, verse 11. Now these things happen unto Now these things happen unto them for examples, that they were written for our admonition, upon whom the end of the world has come. Okay, so that's what this is. Okay, Yahweh Shai second coming is going to bring about the end of the world. Okay, that's what this is about. He's going to bring upon the end of the world, bringing in, ushering the kingdom of heaven. Let's come over here to the book. Let's go to the book of Hebrews. Hebrews chapter, I want to say 10. Just give me a moment. We'll start at 26, verse 10, verse 26. For then must he have often suffered since the foundation of the world, but now, once at the end of the world, hath he to put away sin by sacrificing himself, as it is appointed unto men once to die, and afterward judgment. So Christ was once offered to bear the sin of many, and unto them that look for him shall he appear the second time without sin unto salvation. Okay, so this time Yahweh Shai is coming out as a force. This time Yahweh Shai is coming as a force, okay? As a destructive force. You bring in destruction, okay? That's what, let's get it. Isaiah 47. Okay, well, give me a second here. The book of Isaiah, chapter 46, verse 10. Declaring the end from the beginning, and from ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel will stand, and I will do all my pleasure. Isaiah 47, verse 1. Come down, sit on the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There's no throne. Okay, so the so-called white man is finished. Okay, that's what this is about. The so-called white man is finished. He's over. He's done. Okay, it's over with the so-called white man. Yahweh Shai said to sit on the ground. There's no more throne. Okay, there's no more throne for the so-called white man. It's over for him. O daughter of the Chaldees, for thou have no more called tender and delicate. That's talking about America, okay, when everything was at its height, okay, it was beautiful and delicate, okay, everybody wanted to come into America. Now it's being destroyed. No tariffs is on this country. Um, Basically, high hyperinflation setting in, okay, all this LGBTQ, okay, there's no more throne for the so-called white man. It's over for him. 47 verse 2. Take a millstone, grind meal, uncover the thigh. All these so-called, all these white girls showing their thighs, showing that they twerking on YouTube, twerking, being wild, girls gone wild. Make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass through over the rivers. Thou nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thou shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. So when Yahweh comes back, he's coming back as a divine force, okay, as a divine entity, okay. You hear Yahweh Shah laughing, hoo 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 hoo, in a deep demonic voice, okay? Yahweh is a dreadful God, okay? Don't be fooled, okay? Yahweh is a dreadful God. They didn't teach Yahweh right, okay? Let's go to it. Let's go to the book of Daniel. The book of Daniel, chapter 9. Yahweh is a terrible demon-like power that needs to be served and worshipped every second throughout the day. Okay, if not, you'll be destroyed. Look what Yahweh did to us, and we His people. Look how Yahweh jacked our asses up. Okay, the so-called black men and Negroes and Latinos. He got all the nations going buckshot over us. Okay, look how we were brutally killed violently. Okay. Yahweh is a God that he shouldn't be messed with, okay? He's a divine entity. He's a terrible demon-like power. Okay, I'm gonna just get you one quick scripture and we're gonna go back into the lesson. Okay, the book of Daniel, chapter 9, verse 4. Let's go into it. And I have made my confession and said, "Oh Yahweh, great and dreadful power." What you talking about? Was a great and dreadful power, okay? Terrible demon-like power, okay? Yahweh was a dreadful power. Keeping the covenant and mercy to them that love him and them that keep his commandments, okay? So that's what this is about. That's what this is about, okay? The terrible demon-like power that needs to be worshipped and praised, okay? Every second of the day. That's why we always got to give our praises to Almighty Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, every hour of the day, every second, okay? That's where your mind should be. For as for the Redeemer, Yahweh of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. Sit thou in silence and get thee unto the darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt be no more called the Lady of Kingdoms. America. kingdoms. Okay, it's America's destroyed. America's wiped out already. Okay, if you better get on the side of Yahweh, Yahweh Shai while you still can. America's destroyed already. Okay, it just takes time to see the whole kingdom fall since it was such a monumental kingdom. You got to get Yahweh, Yahweh Shai while you still can, because while the doors of mercy are still open, if you don't, you be destroyed. For I was wroth with my people, I polluted. And so with the live stream, this one moment, Satan messing with the live stream. Thou shalt show them no mercy upon the ancient. Thou have a very heavy laden thou's yoke, and thou said, so that thou didst not lay these things to thou's heart, neither did thou remember thou's latter end. You didn't think about it, okay? You didn't think about this about taking Negroes and Latinos and Native American Indians, taking Negroes, putting them in slavery. You didn't think about just annihilating Gad. You didn't think about it. You thought that you was just going to do these things and just get away with it, okay? But no, not so. There is a power in heaven, okay? There is a power in heaven, okay? That watches all these things, okay? You didn't think about it. The book of Isaiah, chapter 33, verse 1. You should have thought about these things. Now you brought the king of terror upon yourself, okay? There is a God in heaven, okay? Woe unto thee that spoils and thou treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee when thou cease to spoil, and thou shalt be spoiled, and when thou shalt make an end of dealing treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. Okay, so yeah, the so-called white man, he didn't think about these things. Okay, what he did on them. Okay, he just running buck shot over the nation of Israel, last hired, first fired, getting gunned down in the streets of America. He didn't think about these things. Okay, but now now his day is finally come. Come over here to the book of Psalms. Turn to the book of Psalms. If you go along. Okay, one moment. Give me a second here. If I could find the scripture, give me the book of Isaiah 58, verse 10. The righteous rejoice when thou see the vengeance. He shall wash his feet in the blood of the wicked. And so shall the man say, verily, there is a reward for the righteous. Verily, he is a power that judges in the earth. Okay, yeah, there is a power. Okay, you're not gonna just run blood over the children of Israel. Basically, you didn't mess up on this one. Okay, you didn't think things through all the way, and you messed up on this one. That's why this man's going down. Okay, let's just come out and say it. The so-called and really go down. Okay, he didn't think about these things when this thing happened. Okay, he did not think. Thereafter, Thereafter, hear now this: thou art given no pleasures, and thou's carelessness. Thou sayest, and thou art, I am, and there's none besides me. I shall not see, I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know loss of children. But these two things shall come unto thee in a moment and a day: the loss of children and widowhood, they shall come upon thee, and perfections, for the multitude of thy sorceries, and thou's great abundance of thou's enchantments, so-called Illuminati, all this Freemasonry, doing these demonic, pushing demonic spells, okay, dealing with the demonic spirits on the left-hand side, okay, it's now, and that power Yahweh Shai is starting to take away. It's taking more sacrifices. Yahweh Shai is starting to take away that demon like power that they got on the left hand side. Okay, the so called Illuminati, Freemasonry. Therefore shall thou evil come upon thee, that thou knowest not whence it rises, and mischief shall come upon thee, that thou not able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, and thou shalt not know. Stand now in those enchantments, and with those multitudes of sorceries which thou hast labored from those youth, and so be thou and be able to profit, if so thou mayest prevail. Okay, so, yeah. So Yahweh Shai is taking away that demon-like power, that demon-like energy that they have. The so-called white man casting demonic spells. Thou art weary from the multitude of thy sorceries. Let thou astrologers and stargazers and multi-procrastinators stand up and save thee, and these things shall come upon thee. Behold, they shall be as stubble, and the fire shall burn them, and they shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame, where there shall not be a coal of warm at nor to sit before it. Verse 15. Thus shall they say unto thee, whom thou laborest, even thou merchandise for thou youth, thou shalt wander every one to his quarters, none shall save thee. So yes, so that once again, the so-called white man is over with, okay, and he's destroyed. So return to Yahweh while you still can, while the doors of mercy are still open, okay? Don't let yourself be killed with the so-called white man when he goes down, okay? Save yourselves, okay, while you still can. Okay, so one moment. Let's go to the book of Hosea. we'll go over to 12:6 next. I got a little note here to see what it says. The book of Hosea 14, verse 1. O Israel, return unto Yahweh thou's power, for thou hast fallen by thou's iniquity. Take with you words and turn to Yahweh and say, take away the iniquity and receive us graciously, so that we render the calves of our lips. Okay. So over here, let's go to 12, verse 6, Hosea. Therefore, turn thou to power, keep mercy and judgment, and wait on thou's power continually. Okay, now we're going to go over to here. So over here, the book of First Peter chapter 4, verse 7. But the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober and watch and pray. Let's go, come over here to the First Peter chapter 1, verse 1. And we'll go down and break it down. Peter, an apostle of Yahweh Christ, to the strangers scattered abroad throughout Cappadocia, Galatia, Cappadocia, Asia, and Bithynia, the elect. Okay, so once again, I did videos on this. You just gotta go through my video list. You can't, it's already been destined chosen who's the elect, okay? And I personally believe it's they already sealed. That's why you're seeing the destruction going down. Okay, there's nothing you could do, okay? It's already predestined for you. If this truth is with you, you feel it in your inner parts. But if not, it just will be seem like jitters to you. The natural man can't receive it, okay? They're spiritually discerned, okay? We could get that, okay? But that's what this is about, okay? If you are of the elect, you are the elect, and that's a blessing. According to the foreknowledge of power of the Father, through sanctification and of the Spirit, obedience, and sprinkling of the blood of Yahweh Christ, grace unto you and peace be multiplied. Verse 4, to an inheritance incorruptible and undefiled, and that fadeth not away, reserved in heaven for you. Verse 5, who are kept by the power of Yahweh through faith unto a salvation ready to be revealed in the last time, wherein ye rejoice, though for a season, if ye are in heaven's heaviness through manifolds of temptation. Okay. And I go over here to the verse. One moment. Let's go to the NET. Who by Yahweh's power has protected us through faith and for the salvation ready to be revealed in the last time. This brings you great joy, although you may have to suffer. Verse 7, that the trials of your faith being much precious than gold that perish, though it be tried by fire, might be found unto the praise and honor and glory at the. Okay, so that's what this is. And I'm going to call it right there. Okay, one moment. The book of Isaiah, chapter 30, verse 18. And therefore will Yahweh wait, that he might be gracious unto you. Therefore will ye be exalted, that ye might have mercy upon you. For Yahweh is the power of judgment. Blessed are all them that wait for him. For Yahweh, for the people shall dwell in Zion, Jerusalem. Thou shalt weep no more. Be He will be very gracious unto thee at the voice of thy cries. When he shall hear it, he will answer thee. So all praises to Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the Minaji Amasu rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom.